News broke yesterday. There's a lot of Dolphins stuff that was breaking yesterday during the playoffs. I guess that's what happens. You got a lot of other stuff that gets to break when you're not in the postseason. You don't think of it as much, I guess, when the first news of it happens, but it doesn't happen for no reason. So, Xavien Howard signed with a new agent yesterday, Leroy. He has his third agent in 3 years, and all right, well, I mean, is that a thing? I mean, he did just sign his new contract, but apparently it is. Xavien Howard wants a new deal. He wants a new deal, and the Miami Herald says that in the evening, South Florida agent David Cantor announced on his Twitter account that he now represents Xavien Howard. This actual news has led to speculation because the Herald reported on December 22nd that Howard wants to renegotiate a contract that he signed in 2019. It still has 3 full seasons that remain before it expires. Howard, picking his third agent in 3 years, has engaged in uncomfortable negotiations in the past. A source close to Howard said on Sunday that Cantor told Howard his current deal was bad mere weeks after he signed it in 2019. The agent warned Howard 2 years ago that the deal would not hold up after time, and it hasn't. Howard, then the NFL's highest paid cornerback when he signed the deal, is not even top 5 now. He's not even the highest paid corner on his own team, which is, of course, Byron Jones. We talked about this last year when Bye-Bye Jones got the deal. Yep. So, meanwhile, he led the NFL with 10 interceptions. So a source close to Howard said that he's at very least going to demand making more than Jones. Could be the very possibility that he be made the highest paid corner in the NFL, which is currently held by Jalen Ramsey, who makes $20 million per season. Howard makes $15. Howard is said to be happy staying with the Dolphins, and that could be the approach initially, but Cantor has shown no misgivings about leading some of his Dolphins clients to other teams, as he did with Sean Smith, former defensive back, Paul Soliai, and Olivier Vernon. The source says that Howard and Cantor are not ruling out holding out from the Dolphins' offseason programs and camps to make their case, although that would not be their preference. They're also he also gets into the Watson stuff because Howard is from Houston, so would he be part of a possible Deshaun Watson trade if that were to happen? If it would putting Xavien Howard on the table. But look, the guy was their MVP last year. He was their best player.
Right.
He was their best player. He is.
And this happens. Hey, here's what I would like to say to people that have a problem with this. If he was no good, you know what you would be talking about? What's the cap hit if we cut him? Right? That's all we talk about. You don't talk about the players on your team. All you talk about is cap space.
Right.
And if a guy didn't play up to his contract, it's not like basketball. And so from that standpoint, if you don't have a problem with your team cutting a guy and not paying him the rest of his contract, because unlike basketball, when you get cut, they don't owe you a penny after that except for your guaranteed money. It's okay for it to happen that way. Then you got to brace yourself for when the player says, hey, player, I want a new contract.
Well, this is interesting, though, because this kind of brings us back to in the beginning of the year where there were when they drafted Noah Igbenogany, and it was said that, oh, no. We like having Brian Flores has said you can never have enough cornerbacks. Like that's the position that he values a lot.
Enough good ones.
Enough good ones. I mean, Noah had a tough rookie season, but they still used a first-round draft pick on him. They paid all this money to Byron Jones. Xavien did have some injury stuff that he was coming over, so I think it was only natural to suspect, is his time with the Dolphins come out? That's just how the NFL usually works. Mm-hmm. Then he goes on and has this incredible franchise record-setting season. He's their MVP. You could tangibly see how he's affecting games every single week. I mean, with all the plays that he was making for them. And now he wants to be rewarded for it because they went and he wants to be paid again because he feels like he earned it. And quite frankly, it was a season that showed that he was the best quarterback in the league. I mean, a lot of people are talking about his defensive player of the year.
He showed, one, why you gave him all that money, But if within 6 months of signing that deal, you give another guy more money, right? Like, wow.
The question, though, I think if you're the Dolphins, though, are you going to be in the situation where, like, hey, yes, you were awesome this year, but we did pay you in the year after you signed the deal. You basically weren't available that season. You were out a lot.
Pretty much.
So,
oh, no, that don't count.
That don't count? That don't count?
As a player, can you go back and say, but 2 years ago I was awesome?
I don't know.
Right? No, you can't. You can't. It is what it is. You have to, use the leverage when you have it, if you think you have it.
Let's get to headlines, Robbie. What do we got this hour?
The Ticket is the home of every Miami Heat game.
Got it right at the rim with .8 seconds left. Oh, my goodness, what a play.
WAXY South Miami and WSFS HD2 Miramar, a radio.com sports station.
Which is brought to you by the Orion Fuels Downstairs Convenience Stores. Truly steps beyond convenience. So here was Xavien Howard after the season, right after the game against Buffalo, and here's how he fit with the future.
Like it was before, they brought guys in, to help the team. We've been winning games, in the future, I feel like the future gonna be great. I'm here with the team, and more guys we're gonna have on the team that help us win.
Yeah, great future in Houston.
Wow, Robbie.
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. If
you keep going rats off a ship with players, pretty soon you're not gonna have a boat.
Well, look. If I'm being honest, that's a steal segment from Thursday. But if I could give up Xavien Howard, and that means I don't have to give up the draft picks, I may be inclined to do it.
So you're gonna go? You're gonna go Xavien Howard?
Here's my offer, bro. Houston, bro. Tua Tagovailoa.
All right.
Xavien Howard and 36.
36?
You got the best. You're getting trade. Basically, Tua's a throw-in in that deal.
Yeah, I'm getting an unproven quarterback, a cornerback I have to pay money to on a team that's going to be not very good, and a second-round pick.
Their own second-round pick that they gave us, so we're giving it back.
Bro, you are a. I would hate to negotiate.
Well, look,
with you.
Xavien Howard on the open market. How much is Xavien Howard draft pick wise worth? No,
we got to call up. We got to call up Robbie the GM.
At least $20 million.
No, I'm not talking about signing. I'm talking about how many draft picks could you get for Xavien Howard if you were to trade him?
2 first-rounders?
I mean, Ramsey got 2 first-rounders, but Ramsey didn't have the big contract.
No, Ramsey
and Ramsey is not as good as Xavien Howard.
They traded Ramsey knowing they had to give him a big contract.
Fair.
Remember that was the it is a fair question though. that was before the deal was done. The lady was like, it is a fair question though, Jalen.
It is a fair question though, considering.
Yeah, he's buying his house.
I mean, who's a better cornerback? I mean, Ramsey's younger. He's been.
Is he younger than Xavien Howard?
Yeah, he's younger. He doesn't get as many turnovers, but I mean, if you want to argue like a better shutdown guy, I mean, I think you could probably argue that Jalen Ramsey's better than him.
Really?
But they're both great. They're both great. I mean,
but
if you catching picks, you're shutting that guy down.
Fair enough.
Now, if you're saying Xavien Howard is worth 2 first-round picks on the open market, it's essentially like giving Houston your first-round pick from last year, two additional first-round picks. That's 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick.
But the thing is, if you're trying to throw him, I would be with you if you are like. See, here's the thing. The thing where it would be interesting is if you traded Xavien Howard to a contender who would give up maybe 2 first-round picks for him, who wants to solidify something. Because you knew you were going to give up draft capital to get Deshaun Watson,
right? But you're giving you're trading with another team who hasn't made the postseason.
Yeah,
so the picks are too high.
I don't know. I don't know what a guy who's going to be 29 years old, which isn't old, but I don't know what that does for a team.
No, that's not old.
It's not old, but you're going to be a team of basically starting from scratch. It feels like if you're Houston, other than I guess who J.J. Watt,
Mr. 4-6.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Get ready for some off-season conditioning programs.
You think
Where
J.J.
he's
Watt feels
healthy as an ox?
Do you think J.J. Watt feels bad now that he was caught on camera saying, "I'm sorry, we wasted one of your years, Deshaun"? He goes, "Don't worry, player, I'm out."
All right, fine.
I wish I had TJ.
Oh.
Oh man.
All right, fine. I'll pull back 36 and I'll swap it with the third pick in the draft. Fine.
Ooh.
So it's just Tua, Xavien Howard, and 3. That's it.
Look, if you go down that path, you're getting Deshaun Watson. Soon as you hear the Dolphins are actively trying to get him, they're getting him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know. I think I'd almost rather repay Xavien Howard or give him something that makes him a little happier. Because if I'm trading for Deshaun Watson, or even if I'm not, he's the best player on my defense. You got some cap space. It's not like the Dolphins are hard pressed against it. Like, I mean, he's your best guy. He's the best. He's the best guy on your defense, Leroy.
I hear you.
You know, I can understand how it would be annoying to Chris Greer, but also you need him. Like, you paid all that money to Byron Jones in the offseason, and who was better? I mean, Xavien was. Not that Bye Jones was bad. It's not like he was this bust. You know, but do you trust that Igbenogany can just go right in there and you're not going to miss it? I don't know.
Well, Byron Jones is out of the lineup, and Igbenogany had to come into the game and cover Stephon Diggs.
Yes.
Now, again, that was his look. It was his first game. It was tough.
Hey, stop.
What?
Because you don't give Tua no breaks.
Sure I do.
No, you don't.
Make me look like an idiot with Fitz coming in there doing the Fitz magic thing. Tua.
Just want your team to win. That's it.
Not that way.
Or how about the Dolphins? If you trade back with Cincinnati, you trade back to 5 and you pick up
So
extra picks.
if that's the only way you can win a Super Bowl, would you be cool with it?
With
Or does Tua
Fitzpatrick?
have to win it?
If Fitzpatrick won the Super Bowl for the Dolphins?
Yeah.
No, I'm not cool with that.
What?
Yeah, that's like Pat Riley. There's always going to be that asterisk.
No, there's not.
Not to the level of
That asterisk.
Fitz. You imagine that. You imagine that Super Bowl MVP speech from Fitz. No one believed in me, including the Dolphins, but I'm here. It's just me and Chan,
And my 7 kids.
my 7 kids, my team.
Not to the level of Fitz.
Oh man,
Does he have 7 kids or 8 kids?
The Fitz has 7.
I think it's
But
7.
I think Rivers has 9.
Jeez.
Rivers put it out there. He was like, "It's either Indy or I'm going to be coaching somewhere." I'm like, "Well, get your advisor ready, Playboy."
Yeah, they're going for Wentz.
Couldn't even get a whole Hail Mary at the end of that game.
Oh, God.
Hey, question. You think this could be the fastest that 2 teams have been rats off a ship with the 1 and 2 pick? Very rarely do both of them end up not working.
Goff and Wentz.
Oh, you're talking about
Yep.
Goff and Wentz?
Yep.
Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston, bro.
They were 1 and 2?
Yep.
Yep.
And they're already off the
Oh,
ship.
yeah. Okay. No
Both on-
success?
Both on the
No,
next
well,
teams.
I mean, Mariota had success. Team success.
Jameis Winston had a 30-30.
You constituting that as good?
I'm just saying.
All right, 30 picks. Man, I couldn't have 30 picks if I aimed at the other team.
Who knew there were 30 guys with on the defensive side of that good of hands?
Right. Well, he must have been throwing just bunnies.